maybe it's the only way to make Nature's Prophet legit again.
Yeah.
Actually, Monkey King is a pretty good concept to Nature's Prophet. Oh, they're gonna go.
Bit of a slow coming through. Follow slow there from Io plus a spin. There should be the first blood right here, right now. There it is. Io claims it for himself. Slow coming through on Fade. They want to get the revenge, and they will. 1-for-1 trade, but still in favor of VG.P.
Oh, for sure.
Mid. Or if you don't have a Clockwork on your team, but meanwhile up top, I've seen there's a bit of trouble. He doesn't has Rage now, just pops it off to make sure that it doesn't get spent down, but Nala was just waiting for that, instead using it for one of the supports, Sand King. Taking a spell instead.
And as we watch that kill, I think the Lifestealer might actually just TP bottom once he has regioned up.
In the meantime, we might see the Monkey King die. Kinetic Field comes out, but another can just spin through it. Frostbite still gets in range.
Oh.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, that lane is lost completely. So, what can they do? Almost hurt by like 30 or 40 at this point. Plus the raises being a really good nuke for it. And then he also has the jungle to fall back on. I don't believe there are any stacks, of course, with the aggressive tri lane. No one really dared to do it. But what you can do with Shadow Fiend is just nuke down a wave mid, then go to the jungle, farm a camp, then go back. No Fade coming through. Bit of a slow, and yeah, this should be that storm.
So good. That is so good. The slow from the Primal Spring is pretty strong. 40%. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be nerfed, just because if you look at the trend that Valve has had in,
it's ridiculous. Yeah. And slows generally, I want to say they're more useful in the early game than stuns are.
Oh, for sure. They're more
Frostbites
as well,
in general,
though.
They
usually last longer.
Yeah. Frostbite also very good. It's not a stun technically, it's a root, but it's still super effective in securing yet another kill. Well, these poor supports are just trying to soak some levels here, but it's not easy.
Oh, mid lane again.
No.
He was a creep away from level 6. If he had turned around and hit a creep, I'm pretty sure he could have zipped out. The fact that Vici Gaming Potential didn't rotate their tri lane out to the bottom lane, or top lane.
Over top, yeah. Dark throws out a stomp. No Stampede yet, yeah. He should still end up falling,
easy
even though
kills.
It's one of the tankier heroes.
It feels kind of stupid that Vici Gaming Potential just needs.
Has a feeling in his guts essentially. Even this ward is being plopped down. I mean, just it's another indication that EHOME.KEEN are desperately trying to find something, because this doesn't give a whole lot of vision. Top lane, oh god, not again. Now that gets the kill. Trying to TP out with a spin should be enough. Not enough physical damage to burst through that, but Io at the very least should be able to get that one with a glimpse back. Meanwhile, Fade is jumping around the trees.
That was really unfortunate.
No Stampede, it's on cooldown. Yeah.
Vici Gaming's Potential's movement is so much smoother than EHOME's. It feels like they're at least 1 or 2 steps ahead. And EHOME just doesn't have a way to respond. If you look at the vision they have around the map as well, Potential, and you can see that's literally what they're doing. Like, as soon as Tidehunter goes mech, he starts moving mid. Korra flies out mid to give the Dragonlance, and there is the Juggernaut.
Free kill with the Omni Slash, and then free trip back to safety with ground. Meanwhile, EHOME, they're looking for kills.
This Crystal Maiden needs to die. She cannot be farming here by herself, and nobody's doing anything against it.
Using Stampede, Zip in, everything they have just to secure the kill before any sort of counterplay can come out. Bait is in this general area. Advantages that you cannot really afford to throw down a little bit more than you need to in these situations. As it stands, that disruptor just... What is that about? Alright, just throws down a Static Storm to farm. And then dies. Okay.
Yeah. If you're EHOME.KEEN, because they're not grouped up yet, and you see the TP to Tidehunter now. Yeah, you should definitely force a fight down here.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
Tidehunter mid, so you can go for something like that. Cancel the stomp, so now the VG.P is actually on the run as DXM turns it around, actually chasing Dark away. Io being kept alive. Now another makes an appearance with the Omni Slash. FPS drops. Bit of a CM ultimate in the middle of that will be cancelled by Storm Spirit, and that's the first kill they get, but they paid Lifestealer for it. EHOME.KEEN on the run. Very scary prospects.
It is.
Especially now, because Ravage is still off cooldown.
Well, that's a nice stun.
Oh yeah, nice stun into Static Storm on 3 heroes actually. It could be big, especially to bring Burst on Juggernaut. He's not the Aegis holder. Ravage comes out here, turns around with a kill on Storm. Wrong should also end up dropping. There it is. DXM turning into the carry. Another Blink Stomp not being used. Here's Stampede. Not really doing too much if you're Frostbitten. And he will still take a spill. DXM force stuff away. Pops the ultimate here. Raged up by Lifesteal, so doesn't really care. But even if they get the skill, he'll come right back. It's a buyback and Storm to try and secure this. Is now another couple of ultimates being thrown out or held on to in the case of Fade. As DXM returns from the dead.
Two key things here. The initiation was great. It was really great, really great. But the initiation. Yeah. And then looked at the SF. Oh shit, he still has Aegis. So they overcommit for an Aegis and almost pay for it.
Oh,
nice
back
glimpse.
into Static Storm, into Storm if they need it, but the rest of VGP is still there. But nice little Burst Strike from the Sand King, follow-up stun there now from Dark. They bring down one. It's gonna be Monkey King, but DXM still pretty scary here, fishing with the razors. Or Sand King in the trees. Still has another blink. Burst Strike here goes in again. The rest of the team in tow. They bring down the control. Can they bring down the damage? It is Force Staff back. And Lifestealer wants to finish the job with the slow and will be able to get it to one more right click that is from the Storm, who now is reduced to taxi service, but well, taxi without an engine.
Very unfortunate for them. Also cancel the TP.
Absolutely. Item slots.
Oh no, they see Disruptor.
Oh no.
No.
Well, it's been nice knowing him.
I guess he purchased drums at least.
Hey. I don't think you go Tranquil Boots on Disruptor unless you're 100% sure that you're not gonna get enough money to finish up the Arcane Boots. Well, Dark too far forward. Once again, also Frostbite super great against Stampede.
I will say that you're not Lifestealer. That's just a. I have a bit of money to spare. Let's just make sure that this is efficient as possible.
Yeah, this is a poor man's Desolator if I've ever seen one. Just Omni slashing him down. Ravage just for good measure. Monkey King ult just to drop our FPS and make Castle Life impossible.
This is probably as good as it gets for EHOME.KEEN because the 2 big ultimates were expended already.
Look at the bashes that are coming through.
All the glimpse.
Oh, glimpse on Fade, looking to try and punish him. Rage comes through to dodge some of the damage. Static Storm to zone him off, so they do get that kill. Dark misses Stomp though. Nice little Burst Strike, Epicenter. Going for some damage, but Mechanism comes out and doing all of it. And it's VGP just throwing the net worth at EHOME.K, and that's 2 diebacks, I believe.
2 diebacks.
And Tower still goes down. Nice little Stomp, but they don't have the damage to really follow it up. Storm's been out of mana. And gonna be out of life soon if he sticks around for too long, if he's too threatening. VGP focusing on the racks instead of going for the kill, but yeah, Frostbite, a couple of right clicks, no buyback, but he's gonna be back in 10 seconds, but GG. What do you do? GG, yeah, you have nothing to throw with this lineup.
If you lose the laning stage that hard, there's no coming back from this, I think.
Oh man, what a game.
Certainly not with the lineup that they had. EHOME.KEEN's lineup, they needed to snowball in order to win this game in the first place.
This is
like,
not
if you play out this draft perfectly, even then you probably need to snowball a little bit to make sure that you come back, to make sure that you win the late game, because Vici Gaming Potential have really good high ground defense, but that was just a bad lightning stage, a really bad one.
Oh yeah. And this